So quick physiology lesson. A hormone is any molecule that functions as a signal in a multicellular organism. Our sex hormones are just part of the mechanism that produces all of the steroids in our body. Biologically, steroids are just molecules with a particular structure. So steroids are particularly important to cell membranes and signaling pathways, and steroid creams mess up these pathways. Our body is constantly receiving signals from an extraordinary amount of stimulus. Our bodies are literally designed to receive as much human input as possible. Our bodies use a massive network of signaling pathways to convert stimulus into gene regulation. There are so many kinds of hormones, and they can travel from one part of the body to another, making constant adjustments to our many organ systems as it adapts to its perception of the world. Our hormones participate in literally everything: how our bodies develop, how they grow, how we process sugar, the regulation of our immune system, and all of the cells involved in that, which includes how our body handles tumors, how we age, how our cells regenerate, how stimulus on the membranes affect our DNA. Look up Dr. Bruce Lipton if you want to listen to a cellular biologist talk about magic. Our bodies are designed to respond to our world. They react in accordance to pathways that were designed through millennia of development. Our bodies literally carry genetic wisdom from our ancestors by developing response mechanisms that convert information to reaction. Our brains and bodies are doing their jobs with the information that they have. Our bodies are designed to respond to any and all stimulus. The responses are dictated by ancient molecular pathways, which in turn then regulate the hormone soup that's in our bodies and brains. And this, to me, is the basis of self-compassion, scientifically. Any response that our body had, particularly the trauma responses, fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, was done through an ancient and molecular assessment of any particular situation. It was correct, given the full spectrum of information that the system had. These feedback mechanisms are what dictate our body's functions and priorities by controlling which genes are being expressed. Genes are just a mass assortment of instructions for all the possible molecules that our body can make. Placebo effect is the ability to create physical changes based on belief alone. It empirically, scientifically proves that consciousness can be a powerful stimulus to physical processes. There's also nocebo effect, which is where the belief of illness causes physical degeneration, which is crazy. When the esoteric community talks about rewriting your DNA, the technical truth is that consciousness has a profound impact on gene expression because of the way that imagination works. Our bodies literally don't know the difference between a physical event and the hormone soup associated with that type of event. The activity levels of all of the hormones in our bodies at any given moment have everything to do with the interaction of our internal space with the external environment. Our consumption, our bodies, our experiences, our thoughts, everything is part of the feedback system that regulates the hormone soup at any given moment. So touching one nexus in our system creates rippling changes in all of the others. It's time for another piece of information that needs to be common knowledge. There are 3 types of sex hormones: progestogens, androgens, estrogens. Every single human being has all 3 types of them in different quantities at different moments in time. Progestogens are all the beginning step steroids. They take part in the communication between the brain and the reproductive system in both men and women, as well as lactation. While androgens like testosterone do participate in the development of secondary male sexual characteristics, sperm production and stuff, they also serve a vital part in the female reproductive cycle. And androgens generally promote the enlargement of muscle while decreasing body fat. Estrogens do affect the development of secondary female sex characteristics, but they also affect a multitude of other bodily systems. Honestly, it's a lot. They increase muscle mass, strength, resiliency, I can't even talk, improving the speed of muscle regeneration, improving bone density, improving collagen production, improving joint motility. They increase metabolism, not to mention all of the things that have to happen for the female menstrual cycle to go through. It's a lot of energy. Estrogens also affect liver function. They improve circulation, they improve coagulation, which is the ability for wounds to close. They improve our fat metabolism, so it raises good cholesterol, decrease bad cholesterol. Estrogens are part of the systems that regulate salt balance, water retention, our immune response, our lungs, our digestive system. Fun fact, sex drive is dependent on testosterone, but it requires the presence of estrogen in everybody. And this is how the polarity of masculine and feminine exists in everyone. Simple tip, to check your baseline testosterone to estrogen levels, look at the ratios of the lengths of your ring finger and your index finger. So I have a longer ring finger, which means that I have more testosterone in ratio, more testosterone than estrogen. And so this means that I build muscle like my testosterone level indicates. So a longer index finger is more estrogen, and then if they're about equal, then you have equal amounts. Doesn't have anything to do with anything, just how your body has hormones.